Good morning. It's Monday, April the 9th, 2018, and this is MUT 213 Intermediate Theory. Woo! Okay. Backgammon is due by 11:59 on Thursday, 4/17.
Not this Thursday.
Thursday, 4/17.
It is not.
Is it this Thursday?
No,
it's
next
Tuesday.
Week
Next
from
week.
Thursday?
Yeah.
It's
Tuesday. I said next week.
Well,
Next Tuesday.
let me take it out.
Can we have it? Can we have it Thursday 19th?
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday?
I said next week. Same thing.
Okay, Thursday apparently isn't the 17th anyway.
We should make it Thursday.
Can we make it next Thursday?
Yeah.
Last week's school.
Yeah.
I tell you what,
Next
who would like Thursday, April 26th?
26.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. 26. 26.
Now, I'm publishing this fact
Yes. 26.
26.
right here on video for you at Murphy High. All back is you Thursday, April 26, 2018, before
down here to see it, but that's not gonna change.
11:59 p.m. Okay? I want to be done with it the next day. I'm not going to do anything with it until then. Okay? I've looked at some of your stuff. I appreciate those of you who have turned your stuff in on time. I'm going to do it all after this. That's all I'm going to take. You don't turn it in. It's just 10% off your training grade. That's all that counts. Do I want to minimize its importance?
Yes.
With a number, yes. But what's the best thing you could do for your ear this year is backgammon. Okay? If you can't do backgammon, you really haven't mastered sophomore theory. Now, what are the other problems we might occur? You'll send me the wrong file. Amazing, amazing. But true. You will send me the wrong file. B, you will magically lose your file.
Hey.
C,
My dog
your computer will magically
Explode.
do something.
Explode.
What was that? C,
No, it's
D, you will cheat.
How do you? What'd you get for number 2?
Now this year, I have seen a great lack of cheating, and I appreciate that. It also sort of equates to lack of caring in one way. You don't care enough to even
Apathy and virtue.
You know, my board is so clean today, I think they cleaned it with kittens. This salt is clean material in the board. Any questions about backgammon? Are there any questions about backgammon? Okay, next, sight singing test. Also finishing up that week, Tuesday and Thursday. Okay? I'm sure you're all in good shape on that. Last dictation test is the 19th of this month. Somehow Travis's dates seem to be a little more correct than mine. Sorry about that. Written test, we just turned one in. And then we have another one on 4/11.
Oh,
Would you prefer take home or
Take home.
in class?
Hey.
Take home.
I think take home might be better in that would allow me to teach on Friday.
Exactly.
Instead of just twiddling my thumbs and watch my stocks drop. So it's fun. It's so much funner when they go up than when they go down.
It's much
Yeah.
more fun.
It is fun.
I'm all stops.
Written homework assignments will be due every Monday. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. We only have one more homework assignment. Next Monday is going to be the test due, okay? Now, the final assignment is due the final week of class, the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We are going to perform our own arrangements or compositions in the class. Here's the thing. I don't want vocals and I don't want piano. I want instruments.
What if you don't play?
It doesn't matter.
Does he triangle?
But if you really want to do a vocal arrangement, I'll consider it. I definitely consider it because I do want to be fair. I don't want to use the guitar either.
Dad,
Now, why do I say these things? Because I want something that an advanced middle school or not advanced high school band could play after they learned it, or you folks could play at sight.
the triangle.
Do I want percussion? No, I don't. What I want is instruments that we have to arrange for. And I think percussion is all great. Maybe we'll do a percussion ensemble sometime. If you have to have a percussion part in your piece, just let me know and we'll consider it. What I'd like to do now is figure out the instruments that we do have in class and of those people who'd be likely to show up. All right, that kind of is the problem. Now, I've done this for more than 1 year. Last year, my juniors did an amazing job. My sophomores were completely, just couldn't do anything. Couldn't show up, couldn't get their music out, couldn't even. Well, I'd walk into the junior classroom and they would be distributing parts and warming up as I walked in. I'd walk in to the sophomore classroom and they'd be like feeding the chickens and fist fights had broken out.
Chickens?
Davin was playing 6
arrange the
instruments. It was, okay, so let's think about what we could write for and what we will write for, like how big and how long. How big meaning how many stabs, and how long, how many minutes, days.
Kazoo.
hours.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, have we published this? Everybody understands when backgammon's due.
it doesn't have to be an instrument you play.
When am I thinking?
It does?
You write for people in class.
No, we're writing it for the people in the
Does
class,
anyone play
and
kazoo?
we're gonna assign each person a day, the last week of class, and then we're going to play it in class. You need a conductor, it doesn't have to be yourself.
Those things where you have to
Could be.
transpose word.
You need parts and a score that are clear and correctly transposed. Ooh, this is confusing. This is not ale, it's all.
Oh my
Are you
gosh.
confused? Okay,
I'm gonna transpose the yodel.
let's start at the bottom. We have at least 8 or 9 tuba players. You have at least 1 tubist. Okay, 2 tubas, 2.5. 2.5 tubas. Okay, the tuba is in B flat or C and it doesn't transpose.
Oh, yay.
Okay? I suggest you write for B flat tuba. if we're looking for early stage band. Now, the B-flat tuba has a large range, but its practical range is about here to here, okay? Its realistic range, like very simple playing, is like there. Wouldn't you say that? It almost fits in the staff. Okay, dokie? Now, certainly more advanced tuba players can play up to here and easily down to here without a fourth valve. That's a low E. That's all three buttons pushed down. With a fourth valve, you can go lower than that. But that's not practical, and you can't really play notes. You can just sort of make this sound. Okay? So the tuba will play very nicely around in here, quite easily. It doesn't play super fast or tongue super quickly. As with all low instruments, they are omnidirectional, so it takes the ear longer to process them, and it takes longer for the lips and the tongue to make the sound. So don't write rapid tuba parts and expect them to get played well. The tuba does not transpose, and it is an excellent bass voice for your ensemble. Okay, moving up from there, do we have a trombonist in the class?
No.
No.
If I have Warren.
Okay, so no. The next thing is euphonium, and it also does not, well, you have treble clef and bass clef euphonium, but I really don't believe in the treble clef euphonium. The treble clef euphonium is a transposing instrument that mimics the trumpet. In reality, it sounds an ninth below what it's written. Like the trumpet sounds a step below what it's written at. Now, the euphonium for bass clef, and let's write bass clef parts, is kind of easily here to here. And the euphonium has a very melodious sound. Its nickname is the iron cello, and it also often transcribes the cello part from the orchestra. It is really a beautiful sound, and it is famously seen in military bands and college bands. Okay, we don't have trombones, but we do have French horns. Okay, the French horn is a transposing instrument. Okay, so the French horn, and this, it sounds a fifth below its written pitch. That's why they call it hone in eighth. All right? So, if you see a middle C written for the horn, you have actually sounding an F natural in the bass clef. The horn is written in treble clef, and it's a very interesting instrument harmonically. Now, the thing about the horn and the trumpet, they transpose to put them in a clef, in a staff. Okay. Let's revise that state. To keep the notes in a staff. Now the horn, best notes are written in the treble clef. Okay? Now certainly orchestral horn parts do a tremendous amount more than that. But if you want to have a horn player play the note, write it in the treble clef and it sounds a fifth lower. So your concert pitch, now before finale, just press a button and do it. The way I thought about writing for horn was, if I wrote this note here for the horn, okay, that's a G. Yeah. Okay, but it's sounding as a C. Now, the way that I would think about it when I was reading it in my head is I would think of it in mezzo clef, mezzo soprano clef. Do you see how easy that would be? Because if you think of your transpositions in C clefs, now granted mezzo clef is not the most normal clef, because we just do tenor and alto here, but you can see how nice that would work. You just look at the note and you have to change the key signature right. So if my horn is playing in the key of G, what key is it in? Concert pitch. C, or oui in French. Okay? Does this all seem to line up with what you know about the horn, Emma?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Somebody should.
Okay, the horn it's not best at playing fast notes, although it can do that really well in a solo context. But since it's pointing in the opposite direction, it tends to do things either as short notes, like the peck horn, da, 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 and the tuba goes, boom, and the horn goes, da, boom, da, da. That's easy enough for the horn to do if they can make their foot go down on the beat. It's not always. There's always, whenever I'm recording wind instruments, somebody is patting their foot at a level that is picked up by the microphone. Come on now. Okay, can we move on from the horn? What's the next brass instrument above that?
Trumpet.
Trumpetto. Now, it is a C instrument and a B flat instrument. The thing is, for this group, we need to transpose. So, the trumpet is a transposing instrument, and this pitch sounds, the open horn is a B flat on the trumpet, but it is written C. So who can tell me what, if I have the trumpet is written with one sharp, what is concert pitch? If it's in G major, what is concert pitch? I think not.
Oopsies.
If I'm playing a G on the trumpet, what would I be playing on the piano to sound at the same frequency for? And F. F begins with a vowel. E, F, F, A. Right. So, how do we quickly transpose? What do we think of? Which clef do we use for trumpet? Well, we just think one pitch up. Okay, so what do we know about the transposing trumpet? If you keep it in the clef, transpose,
I don't know.
this is a very solid range for the trumpet, but its best range is in the staff. We have trumpeters in here, Kyle? So you would agree with that, in the staff? Okay.
Hygiene.
Anything over an E, they're gonna play an E. Sorry. I was cracking myself up. So, how many instruments would you like this to be for?
4.
I'm thinking 4 is good. So let's think 4 to 7 instruments. And we're gonna proceed. We have more instruments. Sam, what is your sax of choice? Tenor sax. Now, tenor sax is a sax made for tenors. Sam's a tenor. It's called the B-flat tenor sax. So it's going to transpose like the trumpet or not. Yes and no. If I write this note for the tenor sax, it's actually sounding that note. Would you say that's accurate, Sam?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I don't know, actually, I don't.
Isn't it?
Is it a full octave down and the stuff? I thought it was just one stuff down.
One step?
Yeah, as in like, let's play the C.
Okay, one way or the other, we need to define that for sure.
Yeah,
That's not.
that'd be good.
We're gonna figure it out right now.
Go on Google.
You have to write it in the song.
No, this is
No,
soprano sax.
Yes.
That's B flat. Alto sax, E flat. Tenor sax. This is bass sax.
Baritone is B flat, bass is B flat. It alternates.
So I go with 20 notes on that. I think that's 23. Oh, the Barry sax. That's what it was. The Barry sax. That's lower than the tenor sax. That's the last one. Right?
There are more, but that's less like regular.
No, I'm just gonna say sax.
You're so close. So close.
Apparently I have to purchase something to gain that
It's not gonna
information.
be any different, mine. We'll come in from one who did
What
it.
about a bugle?
I mean, I would like the piano at this spot.
Yeah, I'm not
Still,
thinking.
though,
She's an idiot.
trust me, I know.
I'm pretty sure it's a ninth, but I'll
I
double
know
check.
Curtis, and Curtis actually learned. And he took it from
Dude, well, yeah, she was a good man. This Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
Sorry I read that email.
I can't all the instruments just play together.
Okay, so we have a sax, we also have no clarinets.
Haley,
That's B flat.
Probably for good reason.
We do have a clarinet. Now Haley is a clarinetist. The clarinet is B flat, just like the trumpet. So it sounds a whole step lower than the written pitch. Alrighty? We also have a flute, and the flute sounds as written.
Yay.
Now, for the flute, it has a very pretty sound. We're talking about the flute.
The flute, soprano.
Hey, dude. Hey, straight soprano.
Now, you can hear these notes on the flute, and some flutes even down to B flat, but it's not really the right idea to write for B flat because you need an extra key.
Oh, no.
Okay? So B natural. Do you have a B flat key?
It's for B, not B flat. Some flutes can play down to B.
Is your flute played B
I wonder
flat
if
now?
the bass flute.
That's
Hey,
impossible.
Hannah.
Same thing, but for B.
Oh.
Just play the B.
Forget that part about the B flat. Don't write a B
Just play the B.
necessarily. Not all, I guess most flutes have Bs now, yeah? Do you have a B?
Yeah, 'cause she's
I'd like to buy a vowel, then you'd have an A.
Is there a bit?
Okay, if you write below about a G, you can't hear it with other instruments. It's very pretty as a solo sound, but mainly the flutes,
No, you gotta go a little bit higher.
somewhere between here and there, would be, would you say that was close to accurate? Or, like, you can certainly play an octave higher than that, but why? And, and lower, but for an ensemble that's not going to be too hard, we want to have a simple range. Yes, Victoria?
Can you come on? I didn't like this.
Is a flute like a piccolo kind of?
Huh?
Is a piccolo like a flute too?
The piccolo reads the same as a flute, but its sound is an octave higher. And some of the pitches only dogs can hear.
It's a B. Combine those two.
Shall we tell some piccolo jokes?
Yeah, piccolo.
Okay, how do you tune
So the flute.
two
Throw
piccolos?
them away.
You kill one.
Kill one.
You just all play the same notes.
Well, you want a really involved viola joke?
Yes.
Okay. Really involved viola joke.
Don't have one.
All right. Here was an orchestra conductor, and he's
The trumpet.
conducting the orchestra, and the violist is so terrible that after rehearsal, he drives over to the violist house and takes advantage of his wife, and kills his wife and his children, and kills the dog, and then burns the house down. And then when the violist gets home, the police detective puts his arm around him. I'm so sorry, but your conductor came over
That's just what you call it.
and took advantage of your wife and killed her, and killed your children, and killed your dog, and burned your house down. And the poor violist looks at the detective and says, "The maestro came to my house."
Oh, God. Hey, what's the difference between oboe and a onion? No one cries when you cut up an
What's the performance major say to the composition major?
You'd have a line and
I don't have a job.
drop it down.
Would you like fries for that?
Down an octave.
How do you get a trombone player off your porch? Give him a tip for pizza. Okay, so we have a flute, non-transposing, clarinet, saxophone, trumpet, euphonium, French horn, and tuba.
And percussion.
And we're not gonna use the piano or the guitar, singers, or the percussion unless
No marimba.
they're over 4. If you wanna go over 4, you can use a percussionist, but just convince me and I'm okay with that. But we need 4
And the tuba will be
instruments that are wind instruments. That's what we need, 4 wind instruments.
We'll play the low two.
That's clear enough, yes? Okay. How long?
1 minute.
Long.
1 minute, so it gives us everybody.
Wait, what?
time to do it.
At least a minute, no
Wait.
more than 3.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
That's good.
2 days.
that's
At least a minute, no more than 3.
1 to 3 minutes.
45 minutes.
But
Just like.
it's gonna have to be more than one measure. You got there, no held chord.
1 measure of the line.
Yeah, just do a drone.
Circular breathe for 1 minute.
So it's just playing it.
Okay. 4 to 7 instruments, 1 to 3 minutes, and if you're not, okay, here's the next thing. It needs to look like real music. If you don't know what real music looks like, look at some real music, okay? So it needs to be in proper score order, properly transposed, the score and the parts transposed. And if you're not going to use a music engraving program, use a ruler, okay? No crap, don't turn in any crap. Any questions about the crap? Now, you could write an original tune, or you could arrange a tune, but I would like to have it have a little bit of depth or breadth. That doesn't mean it couldn't be something popular, all right? Just have some notes and show us that you can do a little something, something. Now, many of you probably don't have any experience doing this. That's why we're doing it. Okay. That was the funnest part of my sophomore theory class as a child, was we wrote compositions the whole semester. Some of them I liked, some of them I thought were dookie. But we're also going to be doing this in junior theory too, so kind of spreading the joy out.
What type of style of composition do you want?
It does not matter.
Okay.
It's dealer's choice
Okay.
and wild card choice too. Do we want to have a prize for the best
Yes.
dressed?
$200.
$200?
Why don't we just do something like,
That I heard that Phi
NVIDIA.
Nu Alpha would be supplying the prize.
That's
Oh.
not true at all.
oh,
Who's treasurer?
me? I'm
Oh.
not doing that.
You know, I was treasurer for years for Mobile Chamber Music.
That's
It's
not-
an important job.
It isn't.
It usually ended up costing me money somehow. Do I want to get this reimbursed, or do I'll do
Where did
it?
this money go?
I will donate it.
Where did this money go? I guess I have to pay it out of pocket.
I never lost money. I can.
I say
Spreadsheets.
the price should be a 1080 Ti
A 1080 Ti.
from NVIDIA.
NVIDIA is supplying the prizes now.
That's a good price.
Like a RAV4.
No.
How about,
Trash.
first of all, I would like to take nominations for,
Not.
and that's all for class today, but don't leave yet. I'm just killing the recording softly.
Uh-oh.
Killing.